What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Salute to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about Kayla, Nicole. Once again, we talking about Kayla. This topic has been on, my to talk about list for a couple of days. I have the topic. I didn't speak on it because I was waiting for something. There was something that I was waiting on that I wanted to see to sort of show that this relationship with her and Travis Kelce is over. Now, it could be because of what Cam Newton said, and it also puts, and again, I did commentary about what she had to say about Cam Newton. Link is in the description box. She had a whole lot to say about Cam Newton. I mean, she went in on Cam Newton, and people went in on her. And I was wondering, where was all that vitriol coming from? Why was she feeling so passionate about what Cam Newton had to say? It might have been either because she got dumped by Travis Kelce, or because she knows that she is the type of woman that Cam Newton is speaking about. Now, in regards to the breakup, I had it on my to talk about list. I waited because I was waiting on something specific. And that specific thing I was waiting on finally showed up. For those of you who are wondering what you're seeing on the screen, it is a post that she had on her IG stories as of 19 hours ago of me speaking on this and posting a video. It says, "Men who don't offer to feed you, hate you, and want you to die, remember that," with the heart emoji. Now, people say that's generic, Jay. Well, there's an element of her and Travis's relationship that people did not know. Well, people probably knew because she put it out there. Travis doesn't really do much for her financially. She does for herself financially. She's the one that DM'd him. She's the one that wanted to date him. And I have no doubt in my mind she's the one that wants that relationship more than he does. You go on her social media. Again, this story has been out for a couple of days. You see her, it seems like she's doing single girl stuff. She's out and about. And she looks very single to me. In her IG story, it looked like she's at some sort of show, a bunch of Caucasian guys dancing on stage. I mean, that's something that she's into, Wherever there's Caucasian men, Kayla Nicole's gonna be. Listen, I kid. But this situation just shows you that, you have somebody that wanted something more than somebody else did. And she did a lot, I guess, to try to prove to him that she wasn't like all the other girls, when in reality, she just liked them. She just liked them. She just is used to having her own and doing for herself. She's probably used to taking care of dudes. Who knows? But it seems like for right now, this relationship is over. The last time they broke up, I believe that was before the season 2. So they could get back together. I mean, who knows? But let's get into this article from It's Game 7. Travis Kelce broke up with Kayla Nicole after Cam Newton comments. ? Kansas City tight end Travis Kelce is known to the general public for two things. The first is being Patrick Mahomes' security blanket whenever the superstar quarterback finds himself in trouble. The second is dating Kayla Nicole, who boasts more than 640,000 followers on Instagram. Unsurprisingly, the latter tidbit is what landed Kelce in the headlines this week. Kelce and Nicole have long been recognized as something of an NFL power couple, but that appears over and done with. It is being reported that the two have called it quits, and the timing has raised eyebrow. They are not together right now, reported sideaction.com. If you pay attention, they don't comment on each other's pics anymore. Also, there are so many people in the comment section asking her if she's single, which is another telltale sign. But oh, well, rich people problems. Well, I mean, he's rich. I don't know about her, but As reported by BSO.com, this comes on the heels of Nicole going mega viral for calling out Cam Newton. You will recall a month or so back, Newton set off a media firestorm when he appeared on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast and tried to differentiate the difference between a woman and a bad bee. Let me tell you something about that real quick. Women call themselves bad bees. Men are not going around calling women that. Women call themselves that. Women are, you got some of these males that call them bad bees. But women call themselves bad bees all the time. But when Cam Newton says it, oh my God, I can't believe he says bad bees. He says that there's a difference between a woman and a bad bee. It's like, whatever, with this fake outrage. And she got really hurt about that. That's why I think that Travis might have dumped her before those comments, because she was very pissed. Like, you don't even know Cam Newton. Like, you're all the way over there. I don't know exactly where she lives, but she's over where, she's with Travis, right? Publicly, right? So you're with this other guy. Why do you care what Cam Newton says on a podcast? And Cam Newton didn't just say things about women. He said things about men as well. But these women are so emotional and they're so bloodthirsty. Whenever a black man speaks some logic to these women, especially a black man that these heifers want, they get bloodthirsty. And Kayla Nicole was one of the most vocal out there, because she's the type of woman, again, she's never been in a position to be no wife. She ain't never been in no position to be with, or be the girl as far as marriage, as far as somebody that's held up on a pedestal, right? She's in a relationship with a guy that was barely doing anything for her financially. Not saying she was looking for that, but that's what she indicated. She indicated that. Now, a woman to me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, he said at the time, right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of, I'm a boss bee, I'm a this, I'm a that. No, baby, you can't cook. You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to let a man lead. You see, speaking like this, Cam, will definitely get you canceled with a lot of these bitter, a lot of these forever single, they never gonna be a wife type women. I think a lot of these women know they're not gonna be the wife of none of these athletes. They're so obsessed with being in a celebrity relationship with an athlete or a rapper that they will their best years will be used trying to get one of these guys. But what happens when these women get older and these men are no longer want you? Now you're going to have to humble yourself and go find a regular guy, which a lot of these women don't want. But the truth of the matter is, that's exactly where you're going to be, because a lot of these women are never going to get a ring or one of these NFL athletes. There's a certain type of woman that these guys marry, and it ain't the Kayla Nicole types. Now, she may not, again, I'm not saying she's a bad person. I just think that she may have bad ideology. The fact that she came at Cam Newton the way that she did shows how triggered she can get over one man's opinion. And if you have a female that can get this triggered over one man's opinion, other men are not going to value her like that, because they're going to say to themselves, I don't know, man, she might be who Cam Newton's talking about. And this is the response here. As y'all can see, the obsession with women being able to cook is truly comical, because it's like, if your palate is so superior, date a Michelin star chef, then bozo. Pretty sure the average woman is capable of making edible food. How do you think she survived thus far? Well, a lot of you survive on the microwave. You survive on warming things up in the oven. You survive on fast food. Do y'all know how many women I see at the drive-through lines at these fast food restaurants? Right? I'm not saying I'm stopping at these places, but you can just drive by and you can see all these cars and who's driving those cars. It's a lot of women at these fast food restaurants. There's a lot of women who don't know how to cook a meal, and it don't matter if she work. If a man marries you, or if you have children, you need to do your duty, and your duty is to prepare meals for your family that you chose to have. And a lot of women these days can't do that. They hire people to clean their houses even though they don't work. That's your Western woman in a nutshell. And they want to be married and pampered and taken care of when they're lazy and they don't want to do nothing. It's really not a matter of can she cook. It's more like, does she want to cook for your hungry hippo ass? I don't have beef with anyone. I have beef with the ideation that reduces a woman's worth to what's being put on a dinner plate. That this narrative was publicly shared on a podcast. It's important for it to be publicly denounced. Now, if y'all will excuse me, gonna go order Postmates. You see, it's okay for women to denounce and debunk certain things, but when us as men come back and speak on the things that they say, all of a sudden they want to attack us and say that we're bashing them. Well, this could be perceived, Kayla, as you bashing Cam Newton, and is one of the reasons why Travis Kelce won't answer your text messages. Okay? He won't answer your text messages. He won't answer your phone calls because he's like, why would you go out publicly and say this? You know, Cam may get a job next season. I'm pretty sure he may get a job next season. Cam Newton has a lot of friends in the NFL who've been rooting for him. Travis himself might be a fan of Cam Newton, and you're saying all this, and then you wonder why you're in a situation where people think you're single. People wouldn't think you're single unless they're like, I don't think Travis is with her no more, man. For obvious reasons, some are now drawing a through line between who purported inability to keep her NFL star bow and her reaction to Newton's commentary. Whether or not that's justifiable is for everyone to determine on their own. Based on Nicole's recent Instagram post, though, she seems to be doing fine. Of course she's doing all right, because she knows that whenever these women have a breakup, they can always run back to social media. Social media is the new rebound for a lot of women. When a lot of these Instagram models, a lot of these divorcee women who have a following now, whenever they go through a breakup, they can run back to Instagram and post and get a lot of attention and a lot of admiration. That makes their day. That makes their day. And Kayla keeps herself in great shape. She has a very, very nice body. She is well put together. I would never say that she's not well put together. I could see why Travis has stayed as long as he has, because again, she's well put together, and that has been an incentive for him to stay in that relationship. But if you're with a woman who's ordering Postmates instead of cooking, especially during the off season, now people say, well, Jane, you can hire a chef. Well, chefs are very expensive, especially the good ones. They have to cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's that costs money. That costs money. Of course, if you're an NFL player, you have to eat every day, especially if you exercise in a certain way. You have to eat a certain amount of meals every day. So I just think that these women, to me, Kayla represents the type of woman that we have nowadays. They look great on the outside, but on the inside, they don't have the qualities that a lot of men who have money and resources find reliable. I think a lot of men like Travis don't find women like Kayla Nicole very reliable when it comes to marriages, because that's what should matter. Because it don't matter that you're in a relationship with an athlete. If you don't have a bond with him, he's going to just leave you and get with another woman that he can marry. See, this is what happens when you're DMing guys trying to date them. You see, Travis never chased Kayla. Kayla chased Travis. That's why it was easy for Travis to walk away, reportedly. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Check out the other video on Kayla Nicole, Cam Newton, in the description box. Go to the Patreon. I uploaded 2 new videos. And that's it.